Dyslexia is really interesting because it's a thinking style. So it actually has some really, really big strengths associated with it, as well as, of course, the challenges with reading, writing, and spelling. And so the trick is we don't want to eliminate those strengths. Those are amazing, those talents. But we want to figure out what is it that's keeping this bright, creative, talented individual from being able to read and spell as easily as they could. And so I think one of the easiest analogies I can give is kind of thinking like learning kind of like a ladder. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you're doing a job at the top of a ladder, you want to know that those rungs on the ladder are secure and stable so that you feel really comfortable putting all your focus on that job up there and doing your best. Well, if you think of reading, writing, spelling, math, all the academic subjects as sitting up there at the top of the ladder, and that's where kids have to work. And the rungs are like the underlying skills that support effective learning, things that we don't really teach or think about very much, but like memory, attention, auditory and visual processing, which isn't your hearing and your seeing, but how the brain actually perceives and thinks about information that comes in through the eyes and the ears. So those kinds of skills are actually the rungs on the ladder. And for the dyslexic student, those auditory and visual processing rungs are usually not very stable. They actually think differently, they process that information differently. And so it just causes everything to be harder and take longer, even if they can read. And so if we really want to correct the challenges, then we have to really look at the auditory processing, the visual processing, what is going on there, and develop those underlying skills. More reading is just not going to do the trick. You got to get underneath the problem.